obviously a very difficult loss for our team, heartbreaking for our players. I thought they played extremely hard, extremely tough, extremely resilient. We're not we didn't play very clean, not very precise in certain areas. And you know, if you just lump it all together and you say, well, Coach, one of you guys are going to ask me what's wrong with your special teams, and I'm going to say, well, look at the kickoff return, right? You know, kickoff return was exceptional, and then but the snaps and hitting one block I thought was a low kick, second one bad snap, missed a field goal. I thought that one he hit good, but we left points on the board. We left 5 points on the board right there. I also think a critical drive was after we got one first down after getting it off our 1 yard line or inch line, we got a first down. And then go backwards and get the safety. You know, I thought that was a critical drive for us and mistake by us to give us 2 points. Extremely proud of our team with a lot of bad things going on. With ourselves making a lot of mistakes, with them doing some good things, the adversity we faced, coming in at halftime again, nobody flinching. Everybody had a calmness about them. And it felt like we were going to go back out there in the second half and compete and come back and win the football game, and we certainly had our opportunities. With all that being said, to come down, with 2 opportunities late in the game, in the red zone there, and but we came away with 0. So that's the difference in the game. That was a very close game. I felt like it was evenly matched going into it. That's a good football team. We come into this environment. At times we handled it very well, and at times we shot ourselves in the foot and made some mistakes. So we have a very good team. I thought the way they handled all that, fought back, believed, came back and competed to win the game and had every opportunity to win it. Just didn't happen. So we got to go back to work, and we have a lot to play for and a lot to that we know we can improve on.
Questions?
Mark, obviously the 2 late fumbles from Will. How do you just assess how Will played and also how you guys protected him?
Yeah, I think again, I think the same thing I've been saying. I thought at times he played exceptionally well. Protection was pretty good. With this structure, there were times he was maybe holding the ball a little bit. And you watch tape, and it'll be easy once you watch the tape to say, hey, could have went with the ball here now or there. But for him, there's a lot of moving pieces, a lot going on. He's playing very good football. If we get our guys set, we're wet. He throws a dime and wins the game, and everybody's saying, wow, pretty impressive. To lead us back on 2 drives late in the game there, and so not sure on the very last fumble. What happened on the protection there.
Did the finger issue affect him at all, you think, in the second half? I mean, there was news on the broadcast.
Not that I could see, and that's Will. He's amped up, he's playing hard. I'm sure it could be sore right now, but he's gonna leave it all out there, that's for sure.
How much do you feel like you guys on the bright side have found something in Marion? I mean, even the plays he didn't make, you went to him deep, I think 3 or 4 more times, which is a leg.
Yeah, I mean, the big plays have been there all season for us, whether it be on special teams and whether it be in the pass game, we felt like we had a couple opportunities. He missed the one there late in the last drive as well, just out of reach. That he'll continue to work on that. I expect him to make that play. I've seen him make it in practice, but even on the one that got us down there, I felt like he could have got in, and he was a little banged up too. They'll be fine, but it was a rough game. A bunch of our guys got beat up, and we're just sore and banged up and bruised. But I thought he was going to break away the kickoff return in that pass play. But he's a very talented young man, and he also plays extremely tough.
I guess Lane said after the game that his guys were motivated by Rich saying Tuesday that they welcomed the blitz in this offense. Just how is this offense doing in handling those pressures right now? I know it's working sometimes and not other times, but
it is. It's hit and miss. I think we felt, we had one set up where we worked all week with pressure. We got it and we dropped the screen. It's like we can't do that. That's just you're gonna have one opportunity at that. We hit it again later for about 15, but we had one that could have either scored or set up, a score, and we ended up, I think we missed a field goal on that drive.
Mark, first half, how were they hurting you in the first half, their offense, and what was working for you in the second half to cut that off?
Well, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, that going in. We've talked enough over the years about the tempo and getting used to it somewhat. They can only go so fast for so long, and our guys kind of get their feet in the ground a little bit, settle down, and start, getting used to that pace. It's almost impossible to practice that. We try. We do a variety of things to simulate that, but it's still difficult. And I think early on, also. To their credit, they blocked us and made us miss and hit some explosive runs and got us on our heels at times. And later in the game we settled in, and I think we played complementary football in the second half. The offense moved the ball, had some good possessions. Defenses got some good stops. We flipped it the whole first game. We felt like we were in bad field position and they had good field position. Second half kind of flipped. We ended up getting some good field position. Defense getting a good stop and getting the ball back at the 50. I thought God gave us some good momentum to get back in that game.
Mark, did you consider at all taking that holding play before their 53-yard field goal in the first half?
Yeah, I did. I just felt like, it was with that wind going that way and that would be a tough field goal. And they're explosive offensively, and we saw later they converted 3rd and 15.
How did you think Chris played coming back?
I thought he played good. I thought he did some good things. You could tell the game legs were a little, I don't want to say he's out of shape, but there's just a difference in playing games and when you're amped up and just, so I could tell it was wearing on a little bit late in that game, and we got a couple running backs banged up, and so, we needed him out there.
The fact that you finally got a guy that could, put his shoulder down and go get those hard. There were several runs today where I'm not sure anybody else on your roster is going to get that 1 or 2 yards. Now that your new coordinator has seen him in action and kind of knows what he's working with, do you think that evolves how you were able to call games going forward in certain situations?
It does. I think was it the 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1 that he got that one, and in some other games, that it's been a little bit of a challenge. So, for us to have that option, it'll be good because we don't have to sneak it all the time. We can see what front they're in and see if they're all pinched in. We can run it outside and press or sneak it or, give us different options. But certainly, we have a lot of confidence in Chris. And Rich has watched him enough, even though he hasn't had it in hand. He's seen him in practice and seen him on last year's tape to know that he'll get some tough yards. So, we wanted a little spark from it, and I think it did give us a little bit today.
How do you want your guys to respond to this? Do you want them to be angry? Do you want them to be
No,
just...
I mean, just, we talked all week, like, I told them, I mean, the more precise team's gonna win. And, we weren't precise enough in certain situations. And I loved the way they didn't even blink. They had full confidence that they would come back and win this game. We just didn't make the plays right at the end. We're what? I mean, we're fractions off. You're one guy getting set from winning that game. And so, they'll learn from it. But, I think that showed a lot because it was kind of the same situation at Florida. Everything wasn't going smooth, behind, on the road. Okay, go in, regroup, make our adjustments, come out and execute, go put ourselves in a position to win a game. You're not always going to do it, but you're gonna darn sure work at it to get yourself an opportunity to win.
Do you have any idea if the injury to John Wes is a long-term thing?
I have no idea. I really don't.
All right, anyone else? All right, thanks.